Hi, this is Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Make sure you click subscribe, that way you won't miss out on any great videos. So in this video, I am going to discuss how to make sure your makeup is not cakey, or how to avoid cakey makeup. Now, everybody loves to wear foundation, we love to have makeup on, but we really don't want it to look cakey. So if you want to know how to make sure that that doesn't happen, keep watching. Okay, so this video I am going to talk basically about how to avoid having cakey makeup, and I'm also going to do my foundation at the same time. That way you guys could kind of see hands-on the process that I use to make sure that my makeup looks flawless, natural, and isn't cakey at all. So the first step that I've been doing is using a wet sponge and then a setting powder as a primer for my face. So in order to wet the sponge, I do my makeup at the makeup table behind us. So I use Evian's facial spray to moisten the sponge. So I just, there you go, real quick, and then dampen the sponge. So this sponge is a little damp because I did put a little bit of powder on before I did my eyebrows, so that way just so my eyebrow area won't be oily. But I'm just going to tap some setting powder into the lid. Boom. And the sponge is still a little dry, so I'm going to spray a little more. There we go. And then just squeeze that up a little bit. And then I'm going to take it and put it in the T-zone area. So this is where I am the most oily, and where you are the most oily is where we're the most oily. Sorry, I couldn't hear me. But that is kind of like a key area where it will start to break down. Similarly, if you have really dry skin, the areas where you are dry, that is where the foundation will start to look cakey. So in that case, instead of using a powder and a sponge, you would want to use a moisturizing primer. So something that's like creamy, and that is going to go to those dry spots and make sure that they're moist and that the product won't kind of cling or stick to those spaces. So the foundation I'm actually going to use is Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's funny, this is probably not even going to be the right shade for me because I hate this foundation and I never really wear it. I'll be honest. There was a phase when everybody was talking about Double Wear, and then I just went and bought it because everybody was talking about it, and I never wear it. A part of the reason why being that it's like cakey looking. So I'm going to try and see if I can finesse it for you guys, but this is definitely not one of my go-to foundations. And I know some people love Estee Lauder Double Wear, but it's not my cup of tea because you have to do so much to make it not look cakey. So also it doesn't have a pump. That's so annoying. So what I do first is I'm going to put it on the back of my hand a little. So I'm not going to like show you guys because you know what pouring foundation looks like. But I put a little bit on the back of my hand, so just that much. And what I'm going to do is I have a dual fiber brush. This is a Morphe R6, and I'm just going to tap tap and then tap tap and then swirl on my face. So like I said, it should be a close enough match that I don't look absolutely crazy, but this is not going to be like a spot on one because I haven't worn this stuff in years. Not years, probably months. It is now March. I bought it over the summertime. It's actually kind of matching though. So other side, dab dab dab, and same. So as you can see, I did not put enough foundation to cover everything. Like I didn't even do any of my forehead, and I didn't really get my nose that well, but I'm gonna try and use the residual on the brush to get my nose. And that is the second step to not having cakey makeup. My bad, y'all. I just need the tripod. But is to use layers. So there we go. Also, you can still see like my birthmark and stuff like that. I think so another tip to not having cakey makeup is not you don't have to absolutely cover everything on your face. You just want to cover the imperfections that you don't like the most. If you really feel some type of way about every last spot of skin on your face and you're like every place has to have foundation, then you might want to reevaluate, one, how you're thinking of yourself, because every spot doesn't need all of that. And then 2, because of my hairline, I'm just going to go in with my fingers and tap because I don't want foundation all in my hair. You might want to look into some skincare situations and products and stuff that you could use because it could be that, yeah, you have a lot of breakouts and then you try one cleanser and now all the breakouts are gone. Like, the things that your skin is a living, changing, breathing thing. Like, it doesn't have to be one way. So don't think I have to cake up makeup all over my skin just to make it look nice. Okay, so that is the foundation. It's funny, I have mirrors everywhere around me, so I'm always just like getting distracted and forgetting that I'm filming and look someplace else. Okay, so I think that this is a good enough layer for me. And it doesn't look cakey. So this usually is, it's still too shiny for me right here, but we're going to address that. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it out with same sponge. So I actually still have more product on my hand, so I'm going to go back in there and also just put more foundation on. So there we go, under the eyes, which if you don't feel like going back with concealer, that's definitely another good trick. That way you can get the discoloration, but it's like the same color as everything else. Boom. How y'all like my new hair? I like it. There'll be a video about this coming soon. So boom, that was with the sponge. So I'm also going to take same sponge, wet it again, and then just go back and blend any areas where I feel like the makeup's really caked up. You definitely want to blend your upper lip a lot so you don't get that makeup mustache, that foundation mustache. That is one dead giveaway for cakey makeup. And then blend it out just to make it like a little thinner. And like I said, you can keep going for the full coverage, everything covered, but you don't really necessarily need that. So in order to set my foundation, I'm going to go reach back here. And this is another key to not having cakey foundation, is that when you set it, you want to use this brush is so soft and I love it. This is a Sephora featherweight powder brush. You want to use a fluffy brush. These brushes that have tightly packed bristles pick up a lot of product and put a lot of product on your face. When you have this fluffy brush, it is going to pick up less product and then you won't have so much powder on your face. So I literally put like 2 little dabs. It looks like nothing's in there. And then I swirl it and then I just dab it on my oily areas. So I'm being careful not to make sure I don't rub off anybody. And then I just dab it there. So as you can see, I have the foundation on, but I'm also not completely cakey looking. And I'm actually the right color. So yay me. I mean, I have some, yeah, I feel like it's not too bad. But so that is how you put on foundation and make sure it's not cakey. If you were to do all these steps and then you look in the mirror and then you're just like, that looks cakey, what you could do is take your moistening spray, whether this be Fix Plus or just a bottle of water. If you get like an atomizer and fill it up with just plain water, hold it back here and like spray it mistily, and it will make it look less cakey. You also will look less matte. So if your thing was I want to stay matte, then you need to do less layers and build up. That way you can stay matte. But if you are okay with like a satin kind of matte and you just want to get rid of the cakiness, then go back and spray with the water. Alright, so thank you so much for watching my video on how to avoid cakey makeup. Really the secret to great foundation and a great base is always going to be the great skincare. So make sure you are addressing your skincare needs. So if you have dry skin, make sure it's moist. If you have oily skin, try to use oil-free products and find things that will be mattifying. That way your makeup has its best chance at survival and looking great. So thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I hope to see you soon.